So the biggest thing is with you looking for success, the first thing you have to do is what are the things that you want to obtain. You have to see those goals on your or the idea of success that you have that has to be on paper. You have to be able to understand that until you have something written down, it's not going to get done. So people do different versions of it, where it's a mood board, piece of paper or notes in their phone, whatever the case may be. You have to visualize it and know, I want to get to this point. Secondly, you have to put smaller steps into how to complete that goal. And you have to make sure that once you put those steps intact, it becomes a habit. Now, to relate that to the question that you asked was, how do you take those steps and put them into relentless actions? How you do that is you practice them every single day. It doesn't go one day going forward when you set that plan into play, that you have to continuously drive that, because once you drive it over a course of 30 days, I like to say, it becomes a habit, and then from there it's everyday life. So I would say, man, as long as you put your habits down in a habitual way to where it's written down, you see it before you go to sleep, you see it when you wake up in the morning, and then also you practice that, and then that practice becomes a lifestyle. Then at that point, once it's a lifestyle, then you don't have to practice it anymore. It's just a part of who you are.
What are some ways you could turn your their responsibility into a lifestyle?
So I would say practice it. It's a good saying practice what you preach. So if you're putting that energy out into the atmosphere and you're trying to turn that into a lifestyle, you need to make sure that it's something you're doing every single day. Because if you're not doing it every single day, it's not a lifestyle. It's something to do on the to-do list, I guess you can say. And once it's that, you lose passion for it. You don't have any love for it. It's just something that you have to do, quote unquote, versus a person who is really engaging into it and somebody who's completely obsessive with it and gets a fulfillment from it. That is the better route of turning that action into a lifestyle. And as far as what I observe is, if you don't put the work in, it's going to show. And what you say you're doing behind closed doors eventually shows as well. So if you tell me that, hey, Gaylon, I'm gonna do this for this day, I'm gonna post this piece of content or whatever, it shows that if you don't come prepared and it's not to the level that we want it to be, then it's gonna show on the opposite end of the work. So long story short, if you don't consistently show yourself that, hey, this is a habit or this is an action, I'm taking accountability for my business or this task that I was wanting to do, you start to go down the path of not holding yourself accountable. You start going down the path of blaming other people, and then everybody else is the problem, versus when the problem really should be you. And if you focus on that on a daily, you start to develop this passion of being accountable, being held accountable for the things that you are producing or you're creating, because you no longer want to blame anyone else. I'm Gaylon Hughes Jr. and I'll see you next time.